Good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing today? I hope everything is going well this week for you. My name is Michelle Briggs. I am with Strata, Texas, and we are starting a three-part series on things to consider when buying a home. The topics that we're going to talk about today is buying a home this fall, excuse me, expert forecast on the rest of the year, and why mortgage rates are driving affordability. So this, excuse me. So there's a lot to cover, and basically, when you're looking at things to consider when buying a home, that's why we've turned it into a three-part series. It is this, obviously, today, and the next two Tips Tuesdays. Normally on Tips Tuesday, with the Briggs and Mortar Heights show, if you will, Facebook Live, we always highlight a business, and it may not necessarily speak to real estate, because what's really important to me as your realtor, I always say hashtag realtor for you, is to be a resource. So when you think of something or something's happening, I want you to think, oh, Michelle's got a person. I know she does, right? So it's really important for me to be a resource for you. That is why I highlight other businesses that are outside of real estate as well. So the three-part series is speaking directly to buying a home, and again, things to consider when buying a home. All right, so I thought the PowerPoint would be really effective, because sometimes the captions do not catch what I'm saying, or they add something that's totally different. So this kind of gives you an idea. You're able to read over it if you're not able to listen to the sound at this point. But basically, buying a home this fall, it's really a great time. The recovery that you see on the screen, the recovery of the 2020 housing market has been nothing short of remarkable. When we were going into 2020, as realtor, we were excited because we knew 2020 was looking to be an amazing year for us, for home ownership, sustainability. I mean, there were so many things that we were going into 2020 regarding, and then of course COVID hit, and the housing market, I mean, definitely slowed down, showing stop. People were pulling things off the market. And then we started kind of opening back up in May, and you'll see, if you're following the market, you'll see it go back up. And then July was a really great month. August was an amazing month. I think people are just kind of over COVID to a certain degree, and the interest rates. So it's really framing up to be an ideal time to buy a home. If you are ready to make a purchase, this is the time. So one of the reasons I'm buying a home this fall is low mortgage rates. I just spoke a moment ago that our rates are low. I mean, they're falling below 3% for the first time ever. Like, no kidding. The interest rates are set up truly for buyers to be able to buy more home and save more money. I mean, realtor.com says given this means homes could cost potentially tens of thousands less over the lifetime of the loan. Because, as you know, when you're making your mortgage payment, when you first start making your mortgage payment, it's basically going all towards the interest. And then after so many months and so many years, then you start getting to the principal balance. So when you have a 3%, 2.5%, 2.8, whatever that is for a 30-year term, and I think it's even lower for 15-year terms, then you have a lower amount of interest to pay. So you're going to hit that basically your principal a lot quicker. So that's where it's, kind of speaking to could cost potentially tens of thousands less. So essentially, it's less expensive to borrow money today. So even as home prices rise, low rates are offsetting the long-term costs associated with the mortgage. So it's really huge savings for the buyer. I do have someone that I work with. I have a few lenders that I work with that we can connect you with to see what the interest rates basically what their interest rates are for you, because their credit is a part of it. So there's different factors. I get to do the fun stuff. I get to help you find a home, and the mortgage person asks all those questions. So the number 2 reason for buying this fall, buying is more affordable than renting. That's proven. So, within the quote below, looking at NAR, the National Association of Realtors, and the low mortgage rates, typically the mortgage payment is less expensive on a monthly basis than the average rent. Now, what we're seeing is the low mortgage rates. I mean, with rates so low that they are locked in under a 30-year mortgage, the typical mortgage payment estimated at $1,036 has fallen below the median rent. And that median rent is $1,045. Like it's really better to buy if you have the credit and a little bit about down payment. We can bring Jonathan with Envoy Mortgage, or Bobby with Commonwealth. We can highlight a lender that tells us a little bit more about what it really is looking like for an individual based on credit score, and all that great stuff. But this is it. So we are seeing, the mortgage payments, of course, they have fallen below the median rent, which is a great thing. So when you're paying off a mortgage, you're paying down your home instead of paying rent and paying the landlord's mortgage and building equity in his home or their home. You could be paying your own mortgage and putting equity back into your home and your family's net worth. So it's really, again, it's a great time to buy because of those low interest rates and what it can really create for you and your family in the future. Changing home buyers' needs. Again, buying a home this fall, we're hearing a lot of people, because we've had so many people staying at home. They are basically, they're working out of that office. They're changing a room into a study. They're changing a room into a classroom because children are, learning virtually right now going into the new school year. So you spend a lot. You've been spending a lot of time at home. We all have. And, if you've been able to get out, it's, with less than 10 people, I think, is the requirement. And that's where we kind of keep it with our family and friends. We just want to make sure it's under 10 people. And we always ask the questions and they laugh at me, but I am so serious. So when you have stay-at-homers, when you're at the house, you're seeing what's working, what's not working. So some people are upgrading. I have an individual I'm speaking to right now about downsizing. They've realized they don't need that much space. So there's a laundry list. Like, you can find this list of so many things that they want differently in their home that works for them right now. That's going to honor staying indoors and being able to, have a gym, be able to stay healthy. So you got really, like, what's on your wish list? What's working? What's not working in your home? Others are home appreciation and home equity. We spoke a little bit about the home equity. So you're building equity in your home. And if you currently own a home, then you've already started building your equity. So what you can do if you're looking to upgrade, downsize, listing your home for sale, taking that equity and putting it towards your new home, that's a great thing. If you are in I would say first-time buyer home, like my very first house was $120,000. That is a home that potentially could have been investment property for me when we upgraded. So there's so many things that you can do and really create that for yourself. And what is on your wish list? And let's see I'm going to turn the comments on so I can see. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will definitely answer those to my best ability. And I always say I'm a resource. So if I don't have the answers, I will find the answers for you. So the bottom line on the first section, when you're looking at buying a home this fall, if you're considering buying a home, this may be your year. Like, no kidding, maybe your year. The mortgage rates are historically low. Let's connect. Let's see what your changing needs are. Let's set you up for success in the home buying process, because I'm here for you. And there is so much out there. So I will share a little bit when I have the QR code. If you scan that, I'll leave it on the screen for a few seconds, but that's going to get you to my branded app. So the branded app gives you an opportunity to view premium content not publicly available on har.com. So anyone can go to har.com and find a search a home. But the premium content, you get a little bit more information, or a lot more information than you would if you just went to HAR, because it tells you the sold price for nearby listings, and property history reports tell you a little bit about the property that you may be wanting to look at. And you can receive email alerts when listings match your search criteria. So you can have a saved search in there and you get these automatic emails. And I do as well. I have a way of going in. We have a conversation about what you're looking for in a new home. Size, bedrooms, if you want a lake house, if you want lakefront view, you want a boat slip, do you want to be on 1 acre? So there's so many things that we can put inside of that criteria that will automatically email it to you. And with the Agentbranded app, it's literally at your fingertips. So if you're at the doctor's office waiting, or, definitely don't do it when you're in traffic, right? Be pay attention to the road. But when you have the opportunities when you're sitting there and having some time to kill, pull up the app. You'll be able to find all kinds of stuff, and then you can text it to me. We can go take a look at it, right? Once we get your pre-approval and all that great stuff, we can just have a bunch of fun. All right, so going to the next topic of the conversation, expert forecast on the rest of the year. So again, I acknowledge this slide has a lot of verbiage in it. However, it's just really letting you see, kind of touching on what the experts are forecasting. And it's very positive. I mean, we're, basically based on the recent data on the economy, unemployment, real estate, and more, many economics are indicating that an economic recovery is slowly taking place. We're not in 2008. It's not 2008. So, you hear me stuttering because I did a presentation on that, and it really just reminded me that we're really fortunate. Harris County, when everything was happening, we had the housing bubble. Harris County truly was one of the last counties to go into that housing bubble, and it was one of the first ones to get out of it. Yes, we had a lot of foreclosures going on. However, we were not impacted like, California, Las Vegas, Nevada, those places. So, again, just we've got some really positive future ahead of us. So Bill Banfield, the Executive Vice President of Capital Markets, Quicken Loans, we all heard Quicken Loans. Quicken Loans, just Rocket Loans as well, or Rocket Mortgage. But he's basically saying, no matter what you're looking for, this is a great time to buy, since the current low interest rates can stretch your spending power. With interest rates in the twos, right? A buyer can afford much more home than they could have a few years ago. So again, lower interest rates gives you an opportunity again to buy something that I'm still big about sustainability. So just because you get a $400,000 pre-approval letter, we're probably going to go look at $350,000, unless you really want to look at $400,000. Because you want to create, you don't want to max yourself out, right? We want to make sure that there's sustainability aspect to your new home purchase. Because when you buy a home, it's inevitable. Something's going to happen. It's like the house is doing their job for the appliances or the AC, right? So I always recommend don't max out, even though your pre-approval letter has an X amount. We have some room to play with in that regard. So again, we got some low interest rates. You're going to hear that a lot. So the National Association of Realtors, NAR, the home buying demand is strong. I mean, we've got a chart here talking about the large range of projection on future home prices. So home prices are going up. They're not jumping hugely. However, they are increasing. Because we are right now in a seller's market, and buyers, you don't have a whole lot to choose from. However, the listings are going up. We're getting listings are going on the market every Friday. So you'll see more listings on Friday than any other day because of days on market. However, they are increasing. You can see Fannie Mae all the way to CoreLogic. There is a large range. However, the Haas, Haus, honestly, I've never heard of them. I will Google afterwards to find out exactly who they are. And I should have done that before. However, Fannie Mae is looking at a 4.4%, NAR is 4.3%, MBA 4%. So we're seeing that projection in future home prices that are increasing. So again, think about it. Is it your time to purchase? Bottom line, the experts are optimistic about the rest of the year. I think we all are. I mean, I'm excited. My brokerage is excited. We've got a lot of movement. There's a lot of movement on the market. And, this is speaking to buyers. I do have a seller series that'll be coming up on selling your home within fall and what that looks like for you. So let's connect. Let's look at and determine, how you can re-engage in the process. If you put the home buying purchase on pause, let's really look at it. Let's make a plan of action and what it looks like for you, and getting you connected with a mortgage company, or you may have a mortgage person that you're working with already, and really see, like, if you decided to buy a house tomorrow, what would it be? What would be the budget? Where are we at with interest rates, 30-year note, 15-year note, 20-year note? They are really flexible on that. And it is very helpful for an individual and their monthly budget. So keep that in mind. All right. I do have a real estate blog. It is on har.com. As a platinum member, a platinum realtor with har, we do get a blog and a website. So this is just one of the most recent articles that I placed, is Houston running out of home sales. So you can read about the current Houston market, DIYs, do's and don'ts. I do renovating, redecorating, outside, inside, porches. So it's really a blog that really, again, that touches on several aspects, and it's not totally about real estate. Majority of it is, yes, but not all of it is. I mean, I just did a 9/11 in honoring those who lost their lives for us. I say us, but really helping those people in New York and our community. So it's not always real estate. And if you want, you can copy the link. You can email me, and I'll email you the link. Or you can, again, go on har and search for my name, and that'll pull up, or just Google RELTR, the number 4 and the letter U, and that will take you to my website. All right. Okay. Last topic of this afternoon. We are going to be ending with why mortgage rates are driving affordability. So Freddie Mac has recently reported the average 30-year fixed mortgage is dropping to record lows. So I added this chart. Now, I do acknowledge this tiny little letters, but you can just see the chart. I mean, it was as high as 18.63%, like in the 80s. Could you imagine buying a house at 18%? There's so many people that back in the 80s, I mean, people were walking away from their homes because they just couldn't afford it. The interest rates were so high. And as you can see, as it progresses over the years, and this is all from April 2nd of each year, starting from 1971 to 2020. I mean, 18.63% to 2.91. I mean, I joke around and say it's like free money. I mean, clearly it's not free money. However, it's not 18%. It's not 6%. So and I'll say this, if you currently own a home and you don't want to buy something right now and your interest rate is at 6%, you might want to look at refinancing, and I can connect you to the lender that can help you with the refinance. So it saves you monthly. It saves you over the life of the loan. It saves you interest. You can put that in your family. You can put it in savings, all of that. So Freddie Mac, I did want to just share with you who Freddie Mac was, because a lot of people, you hear Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae. So you'll see it on the screen. Freddie Mac is a government-owned corporation that buys mortgages and packages them into mortgage-backed securities. Its official title is Federal Home Loan Mortgage Corporation, or HLMC. So they do a lot of the, like I said, the mortgage-backed or government-backed or government-owned mortgages. So with Fannie Mae, if you do an FHA loan, you're having it to make an FHA insurance payment. And basically what that money is, it's now FHAs is throughout the life of the loan. So it adds to your monthly mortgage payment. And what that does is it is dropping into basically an account. This is kind of a easy way to explain it. So there is a portion of that goes to FHA or goes to Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, goes into an account, and it's there for the possibility if you are being foreclosed on, or if you unfortunately do become foreclosed on, that kind of helps recoup their cost. So that's not going to happen, right? Because sustainability is important. That you don't max yourself out. All right, what does this mean for buyers? This is a huge for home buyers currently taking advantage of the increasing affordability that comes with historically low interest rates. And you see the chart below, and it looks at the average monthly mortgage payment. It's decreased. I mean, when you look at it, mortgage payment for a $300,000 loan by decades. So 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010s, and today. So the average rate in 1970 is 8.86%, $2,384. And you go like the 80s, right? There were really high interest rates, like 12%. Goes back down to that 8% range in 2000. I bought my starter home in 2004. So, that was pretty much, I was right at that 6%. And 2010, we were down 4.9, right? 2008, it was, anyone can buy a home. If you breathed, you can buy a home practically. So we're seeing a decrease in that interest rate to kind of, again, to assist with home ownership and increasing that for everyone because of all the foreclosures and so forth. And today we're at basically the average rate is 3.27%. It's historically low. Monthly mortgage payment, $1,309. This is again average based off of $300,000 loan. So if you're looking at a first-time home and you're budgeting $150, see, it's going to be really, I say cost effective, but it's budget friendly, and you have a home and you're building equity. You're creating new family memories, right? So according to the Mortgage News Daily, those shopping for a home can afford 10% more home than they could have 1 year ago while keeping their monthly mortgage payments unchanged. I mean, this translates into nearly $32,000 more buying power. So let's just, with the example I used, if you're looking at a $150,000 house, and would you look at a $180,000 house now because of the low interest rates and the mortgage payments decreasing? Just something to think about. So I like the charts. Gives you that visual of what's so. So a lower monthly payment means savings, as I was saying earlier. You get a lower interest rate. You can get your principal balance quicker when you're paying off that interest rate, and you're building equity in your home quicker. Like I said, you're not paying as much as you would in interest. I mean, a 6% interest rate and a 3% interest rate, that's 50%, right? That's different. So you save money. So the bottom line, if you're able to buy a home this year, now may be a great time to lock in a low mortgage rate, make your next move. Again, I do have referral partners that I work with, mortgage companies, bankers, loan officers, and we can always find the right fit for you and your family, and being really there for you as you're going through the process. When you are a first-time home buyer, it's overwhelming. And that's why myself, as the realtor for you, understands, and I specialize with first-time home buyers because I do understand the process. My background is title. I've done 20 years in the title industry and been a part of the real estate industry for 20 years. Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh, my dog. Sorry, guys. My little puppy's here at the lake house with us. So again, having the history that I do in my career, my background, was a natural progression for me to become a realtor because I do know what the paperwork looks like. I know what the process is. I can complete an earnest money contract in my sleep. So it is important that you as a first-time homebuyer are comfortable and that you understand every step of the process and you could answer any question that you have. No kidding. All right. So how technology enables the real estate process. So we do have this one. This is a really quick one though, because everyone's doing live videos, live meetings, Zoom calls, Zoom meetings. You know, I Zoom with my clients. I Facebook Live with my client, not Facebook Live. I do the FaceTime. I FaceTime with clients. So it's really, I mean, it's become, with the reality of today, it's become more flexible when it comes to working with your real estate, your realtor, your lender, your title company. So their title company is more flexible. They have where you're not having to drop earnest money off at their office or bring it to me as your realtor. It's basically, Venmo. It's like it's a Zocom, and just put it in, drops right into the account. So there, an option fee monies can be sent Venmo. So you don't have to worry about that interaction with the possibilities and having COVID out in our world still there. So we're getting used to a lot of things that are virtual and working from home remotely. So it is becoming easier, and everyone is adapting to how the common real estate transaction is being revised. Technology is making it possible for many to continue the quest for home ownership. And I've done Facebook Lives. I've walked through homes with a client and showed them. However, when there is a home that you fall in love with through the video or through the virtual open house that's on the HAR listing, we can always set up a private showing. So you don't have to wait for an open house. Some are not comfortable with open houses because you don't know who's going through, what they're touching. And so I always say, let's do it virtually. I'll go in, I'll video the home, I'll FaceTime you. And then if you really do love it, then we will create COVID compliant private showing. Okay. And again, with the closings, there's, as I was saying, the virtual consultations, the home search and virtual showings. The regulations do vary from state to state. And I understand the protocols and what the guidelines are. So again, we will, we'll look at it virtually. We can have virtual meetings. We can go over what you want in your home, that criteria, and start looking. You do the virtual showings that are on HAR. I can go out there, we'll FaceTime. And if you really love it, again, we will set up a private showing and it'll be just us, and we will comply with COVID-19. Okay. All right. Home searches, virtual showings is what we just spoke of. I have a little tickle in my throat. Sorry. Others are document signings. I talked about the sending money and the closing process. Oh, I thought that picture is so cute. Original Zoom meeting. All right, we are getting close to the end. Bottom line, if you're ready to make a move, technology can help us, can help you, and can help it make it happen. Let's connect. Let's go over specific options. We can talk about the regulations that are in our area. Again, there is a COVID-19 document that we do have to sign to acknowledge it. So just don't put your real estate plans on hold. Let's see what's on the market. Let's have some fun and look around. And here's my contact information. So contact me to learn more on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, like my Facebook page. All you have to do is search RELTR, the number 4, and the letter U, because I am the realtor for you. And also, we do have, again, this Tips Tuesday. We have Tasty Thursdays. And that's the fun one. We drink wine on that one. We try different wines with Scout and Cellar, Tatiana Alonso. And this Thursday, in fact, we are going to be coming live from the lake house on Lake Livingston. And you'll see some of my family members. But definitely, again, everyone, my name is Michelle Briggs. I'm the realtor for you, realtor with Strata, Texas. If you have any questions, #info, #buyer, place that below. I will reach out to you directly. So, it's really that easy. Go to my Facebook page, or, as you're watching this replay, #buy and I'll reach out to you. You don't have to do anything else because I am here for you. You guys have a great day. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to, oh, there we go. See? All right, guys. Again, thank you so much for being a part of this and a part of my day. You have a great, great afternoon. We will see you Thursday at 6:30 live.